I got laid off this week.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, we'll be talking about more and more other workers that are being laid off from their jobs. So people are coming out on TikTok and say they have eliminated my job. Okay, so I've put the stitches together so that
I got laid off this week, and I'm not smiling because it's funny. I am smiling because it is so incredibly ironic. Settle in for a story time. On Wednesday morning, you might have seen my last post, which I usually do from my car on the way to the office. And it was all about what are the 3 things you need to do if you get laid off? Like, what are the first 3 things you need to do? And then I went to work, and later that day, I got very unexpectedly laid off, along with, unfortunately, some of my colleagues. And that's not even the most ironic part. The most ironic part is that my wife also got laid off this week. Yeah. So you're probably going to see a lot more of me on here, and I might even be speaking a little bit more freely about what it's like to be in corporate America with my HR perspective. And here we are. So
after 16 years at the same company, I got let go today, and I got my ice roller because I've been crying all day. But I am trying to stay so hopeful that it's for a reason, and that it's going to be okay. How have you handled this?
I just turned 40 years old, and as I reflect on the dumpster fire that is my current midlife crisis and existence, some things have occurred to me. So I'll just say quickly, I've talked about this in other videos, but I was laid off last year, about a year ago, after a 10-year career being a designer and working for Fortune 500 companies, and I've just lost the will to continue on. By the time I was laid off, I was extremely ill and broken and completely stressed out and burned out. And like, it's been a year, but I still can't fathom going back into that job. But like, I was so ambitious when I was younger. Like in my 20s, I was like, I'm gonna be a boss bitch. I'm gonna own my own home. Like, I'm gonna get married. I'm gonna have kids. I'm gonna have a dog. I'm gonna have all the things. I have none of the things. I'm married. I have an amazing husband, and I have an amazing dog. But I'm not a homeowner. We live in Portland, which is super expensive, and we're renting a small townhouse, which is way too small for us. But that's all we can afford. And like, I was the main breadwinner. My husband is working 2 jobs. He's trying to build a business, a real estate business, and it's been a year and a half, and it's just hard. So he's working as a meat cutter full time, and he barely sleeps so that we can pay our bills while we try to climb out of this hole that we're in. But I also have $90,000 in student loan debt for this career that I worked and fought so hard to get. Go to college, they said. You'll be able to have a stable job, they said. You'll be able to buy a house, they said, and take care of yourself forever and have a retirement, they said. I feel like at this point I'm seeing things clearly, like the programming is falling away, and realizing the lie that we were all sold. And like, I posted a video about like toxic corporate culture that like got a lot of views. I was surprised, honestly. Like, it's amazing, and I'm super grateful. And it feels like I feel seen, and I feel like it's nice to see comments of people going through the same thing, because I feel like we're all feeling it, like on a mass scale. Like, do any of us believe in this whole corporate atmosphere anymore? I don't think we do. And like, how many of us are burned out? Like 90%? That's what it seems like when I read people's stories. This is not sustainable. Like, how long can we do this for? How long can we sacrifice our soul's needs, our body's needs, just to like get the check? Like, I can't do it anymore. I cannot make myself do it. I'll literally go work multiple jobs to avoid doing that, which is wild to me because that's what I was getting away from when I went to college. And this just comes at like such a tumultuous time. You know, Jeff Bezos just had his wedding, and I just feel like none of us want to see that. Like, it's leaving a bad taste in all of our mouths. Like, the timing, bro, like, it's just not it. All these self-indulgent celebrities prancing around, flashing all their money in front of us when the scales are so imbalanced and there's no justice happening right now. It feels like the oligarchs are winning all the battles, and it's just so defeating. I personally believe they are going to continue to make things more and more uncomfortable for all of us until we stand up and do something about it. But I don't know. I just needed to vent about this and talk to someone about this because it's lonely and it's hard, and I know we're all struggling, but at least we're all in that together. I do have a lot of amazing things in my life that are blessings, and I'm grateful. But sometimes you just gotta vent. But if you need a realtor in the Portland area, shoot me a message. If you feel the same, please comment, follow if you want to hear more content like this. Where do you all think we're headed here? I don't feel like anywhere good, but I'm trying to stay positive. Let me know in the comments.
Got laid off this morning, and so today is my little pity party day, and then tomorrow I hit it hard. Unemployment, looking for a new job, updating my resume. I worked at a high-tech company as a contractor, so no job is guaranteed. Didn't expect this morning to start out like this, but because the company itself is laying off worldwide, our site was going to get hit, but being a contractor for them, sometimes you have more security, and sometimes they got to get rid of some of the newer folks too. Wasn't a great paying job, didn't even put a roof over my head, but it did bring something in, so now I get to go to even less money on unemployment while I look for a new job. Not sure if this is happening to a lot of other folks around, outside of the federal government cuts, in the private sector like me. I'm in my 50s, so it's not as easy to bounce back and, go somewhere and be appealing to employers when they're looking at you like, well, aren't you going to be wanting to retire in a few years possibly? And that's not very appealing because they want people with longevity, well, as long as they want to keep you. So anybody else out there going through this, or is it just me in the private sector? Don't know, just getting tired of having to start at square one. Had to do it when I moved out of California when I was getting divorced. Came back home and, been searching for a decent paying job. Not a lot out here. New Mexico is not great for, good paying jobs. They're few and far between. And so, bouncing from, one low paying job to another one, at least this job, even though it was low paying, it was closer to where I lived, so I wasn't spending as much in fuel. Well, now, not having to go to any job, sadly, that's going to save me a lot of fuel. Thankfully, that'll be one cost that goes away kind of on its own, because most job searching, at least, is online. So, I'd love to find one of those actually elusive unicorn work from home jobs where you can do it from anywhere as long as you have Wi-Fi and a computer. But there's so many scams out there. It's I don't even know where to go for a legit remote job anymore. I'm cool with going into an office or being on site for a job, but it would be nice to have a job where we could do it from anywhere, because I really just am at the point where it's was this a sign from the universe that it's time to do something out of the ordinary and change things up, or am I just being silly, and I just need to get back into the whole hamster on a wheel turmoil of going back to a 40-hour a week or so job where I'm not getting even paid enough to really put in the effort, even though I do. Thanks. Let me know your thoughts. Have a great day, except to the people that just let me go this morning. I hope you have the day you deserve, because you're still going to make your profits at the end of the quarter.
So I've had a job my entire life. I'm 55 years old. I have recently been laid off, and It is the best thing that's ever happened to me because I am never doing that again. I am so determined to not ever have a job. Now, it's later in my life. I look at my life in chapters. I don't want to quit working. I'm not one of these people that looking to retire, sit on their couch, or just not do anything. It's like I love work. I love building things. And I've never had a moment in my life where I just took the available resources that I have, took the time to identify what do I really want to do. And most important thing for me that I've come to realize is I want to diversify. Having a single source of income is awful. It's like probably the worst thing a person can do. And I know I've heard it a million times, and then I would just get another job. And I've done well. Like I can't say that having a job has been the worst possible experience, but it hasn't allowed me to diversify. And you only get one spin on the globe. So I think in terms of just life adventure itself, it behooves you to, and well, it behooves me in this case in particular, to look at what are the options for going off on your own and building your own business.
Can you tell me why this is happening to us? Why? Why is it happening? I didn't ask for this. People 50 and 60 didn't ask for this. And yet, we're getting screwed. Why do we have to invent the wheel? Why do we have to change our career at 50, 60? Losing a job and then you have to reinvent yourself at 60? Nobody's going to hire me. Nobody. And then what are you going to do? What do you do? I had to invent the wheel. I had to start all over again at 60. How crazy is that? So I decided to myself, well, I'm going to be my own boss. I'm going to be a CEO. I'm going to figure this out because I'm a fighter. I don't give up. When I invested in myself in digital marketing, I thought, you're crazy. Your whole career, you were doing something else for 20 years, and then you're going to do this? Not only am I able to work home, I'm my own boss, and I call the shots. I don't have to worry about my age because I'm hiring me. And I absolutely love what I do. I don't have to work a physical demanding job anymore. I could take whatever my industry I learned for 20 years and I'm bringing this into the digital marketing. Guys, this is the most incredible thing I ever did. Reinventing myself. And it doesn't matter what age you are. And I realized that. Yes, I was scared. But it was exciting. It was new. And I absolutely love it. So if you're in the same situation as me and you want to learn something that you could work from home, but reinvent yourself, be able to change your life into a person that, that's why I'm with Selling Confidence, because not only that, it's showing me multiple ways to make income in the digital marketing, because I needed to learn something, but I needed to learn not just one way. And I didn't want to sell a course to a course. I wanted to invest in myself in different areas. And this course is extraordinary. It's so beginner. It's fundamental, beginner friendly. And that's why I love it. Or something that, hey, I need a change in my life. I just got laid off. I have no direction. I lost my job, or I had to get rid of my job because of a physical injury or whatever your circumstances. Put a 1 in the comments.
Video guys, I'm just here also to share my true sense, like what I think about today's video. More and more other workers, they've been laid off from their jobs. So when you reach your 40s or your 50s, most of these jobs, they don't want to keep you. They want to let you go. Okay, and they will quietly like push you. They won't even go to the point like you're not even needed to this company. They'll go and just arrange a meeting for you and tell you that you've been laid off like that. And it's so heartbreaking knowing that I've worked for this company for so long, Like this company, I've worked it for 21 years. I've worked for this company for 10 years. I've been loyal. Like these people have been loyal to these companies. They've not worked to other companies. They are just with this company, helping it with profit, helping it to grow. And when they are laying off, the first people to lay off are the order workers. These are the people, these are the backbone of this company, but they end up laying them off like that. So it's so heartbreaking. Like it's so heartbreaking, and most of the people, like, they feel like they have done something wrong, but no, you did what you can, but the system just failed you. The system does not favor old people. They believe that you need to be a youth so that you have this power, and they think like if you're an old person, you don't have this technology which is just coming now. But people can learn. People do learn. If these people, in fact, they're hardworking, they can adapt to these new skills. It's not like they are new and everything. They can't even, they're not open to learn. They're open to learn. They can learn all these things. But what we see is that most of these people, they're just left like that, and they're not even saying anything. And I know a lot of people are going through this, but they don't usually come open. But we've seen a group of other workers that are coming out on TikTok and come to say, I've been laid off, okay, from my company. I've worked for so long for this company, but they just let me go like that, you know. And the other thing is that these layoffs, they don't have warnings, okay? People don't have plans. Today you can have a job, tomorrow you don't have it. Yeah, this is what is happening to people. And you don't know what you're going to do at this point, because if you're in your 40s, you start again applying, or 50s, you start again updating your resume, looking for a job. And when you're old, you know that your job is a sense of stability. You are the one taking care of your kids. You are the one paying school fees for the kids. You buy food at your house. You pay your mortgage with the same paycheck. And now they take this paycheck from you. How do they expect you to survive? Like, it's really hard for people at this point. So I always go back to the economy, because the economy is not good. Let's talk about it, guys. The economy is not good. When you go to shopping, okay, you find that $100 is not enough. Okay, people are spending like $500, $800, $1,300. I hate how man was spending like $1,800. Imagine, only on just for food. And these people, they have like rent, they have gas to pay. Okay, so people now are choosing to eat one meal, 2 meals, so that they save other things, like they're able to pay their rent. Their rent is so important because everyone needs to have roof on their head. But we've seen people giving up, like saying, I don't have this money to pay, I think I need to start all over again. And it's okay to start all over again. People are going to live in the cars, others are going back to live in the shelters. These are the people who had houses, and now they're just letting their houses go because of the system is not good at this point. Okay, they just got their jobs, they got their sense of stability. And when you have money problems, you can't even sleep. These people are not sleeping. Their mental health is not good at this point. Yeah. And all I want to say is that we need to have like good policy for other workers. I always imagine myself like, if these people are being laid off because of their age, what will be my turn? Like, what is going to be when I'm that age? Like, what is it going to be for us when we reach that age? They're going also to lay us off. So I think we need to speak about this a lot, because if these things go on and go on, people think like it's normal. We need to do these things when someone is old, they're supposed to go like that. No. Okay, so we need to stand up and speak for the old people, so that they have their job, because everyone has a right to job. Okay, and everyone, if you can't just put someone to retire if they don't have any complications or conditions, and you want even to make these people retire because you want them out of your company, which is not right. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.